Just Stop Oil is demanding that the UK government makes a statement that will immediately halt all future licensing and consent for the exploration, development and production of fossil fuels in the UK. If you do not provide such assurance by March the 14th, 2022, it will be our duty to intervene.
Somebody's come onto the pitch and seems to attach themselves to the goalpost. They've been very quickly removed.
Back here at Goodison Park, we're still waiting for the individual who's tied himself to the goalpost to be released. He's tied it very, very tightly round his neck, which makes it difficult for the cutters that have been brought on to try and free him.
It's actually a stoppage in the game because somebody's run onto the pitch and is being escorted off the pitch. On the field, presumably aiming for the goalposts, and they almost managed it as well.
We can beat them just for one day. We can be heroes.
Protesters have blocked multiple oil depots for a third day, calling for the UK government to end all new oil and gas projects.
I've got handcuffs on, but I'm not a criminal. I'm trying to safeguard the future.
Those protesters managed to get inside that terminal. Lots of them have been standing on top of the fuel trucks themselves and successfully managing to stop this facility from operating.
They can take away my freedom. They can choose to ignore the alarm we are sounding on the climate crisis, but they cannot take away our courage.
Nothing will keep us together. We could still die just for one day.
We filmed at a number of petrol stations today where many don't have petrol or diesel. The reason? Protests at oil refineries in Essex.
What you say?
Activists from an anti-oil campaign are causing disruption at service stations on the M25. The Just Stop Oil group have glued themselves to the ground at petrol stations and have smashed petrol pumps.
9 people, including 2 priests, have been arrested at the Kingsbury oil terminal near Tamworth after staging another protest at what they say is the government's increased use of fossil fuels.
There are lives of people in the global south who are already dying, who are already suffering due to the climate crisis. This is happening now.
We can beat them forever and ever.
Because we're terrified for our future. We're here from a group called Just Stop Oil, and we expect to be arrested today.
Just for one day.
The situation we're in means that we have to do everything non-violently possible to prevent the civilizational collapse that we are hurtling toward.
The truth is that any new oil expansion is a death sentence for the future.
We are currently on a gantry above the M25.
A climate emergency. The most serious problem we have ever faced.
M25. And I'm going to stop this traffic.
Environmental protesters are back in Warwickshire, and this time they're preparing to spend a first night in tunnels they've dug up near an oil tanker depot.
Environmental group who are planning to occupy Westminster next weekend when the London Marathon is on, say they want to take their message to the heart of government. Just Stop Oil are calling on the government to protect people's future by giving them insulated homes, options for clean energy and cheaper public transport.
Government is launching an attack upon our way of life. They are pushing for over 100 new oil licences, they're lifting the moratorium on fracking, and they're pushing millions of families further into fuel poverty. So we are getting together to occupy Westminster to say, not on my watch.
I'm doing this for my son. The government's inaction on climate change is a death sentence to us all. The United Nations has said we have no new oil.
Just Stop Oil protesters have again blocked roads in central London, calling on the government to end the cost of living and climate crises by stopping new oil and gas projects.
London calling, now don't look to us. Phony Beatlemania has bitten the dust. London calling, see we ain't got no swing except for the rain and the truncheon thing. The ice is coming.
What is worth more? Art or life? Is it worth more than food?
But I have no fear, cause London is
country to be on the right side of history.
Live by the river to the imitation zone. Forget it, brother, you can go it alone. London calling to the zombies of death. Quit holding out.
I'm a civil engineer from London, and this morning I have climbed up this cable of the QE2 Bridge.
I saw you nodding out. London calling, see we ain't got no hide except for that one with the yellowy eyes. The ice age is coming, the sun's zooming in, engines stop running, the wheat is going big, a nuclear error. But I have no fear, cause London is drowning. I live by the river.
We have the power. We need to get on the streets, all of us.
Sections of the M25 were closed during rush hour as climate change activists targeted the motorway across London.
Cause London is drowning. I live by the river.
I'm part of the Just Stop Oil Coalition, demanding an end to all new oil and gas licences in the UK. What we're asking for is what all the scientists are asking for, what the United Nations are asking for, the International Energy, the IPCC. How many more people have to say, we don't have a livable future if you continue licensing oil and gas for you to listen? Why does it take young people like me up on a fucking gantry on the M25